The IDF says it's destroyed more than 20 terror tunnels and killed nearly 200 Hamas terrorists since the start of its ground operation. 4 Israeli soldiers died in this confrontation with Hamas infiltrators inside Israel's border. In the firefight, IDF troops killed most of the infiltrators. They entered Israel disguised as IDF soldiers and wore suicide belts. Here on the Israeli-Gaza border, you can see the plumes of smoke coming from the fighting within Gaza City. The IDF has called up 60,000 troops for Operation Protective Edge. About 30 have died in the line of battle, and they find themselves fighting an enemy that uses the same tactics as Al-Qaeda in Iraq and the Taliban in Afghanistan.
They use human shields. They attempt to lure us to kill their civilian population. It's a common theme among Islamist extremist groups in this world.
Colonel Richard Kemp commanded British ground troops in Afghanistan. He refutes the claim that Israel has committed war crimes.
Everything I've seen would suggest to me that Israel is not committing a war crime. Far from it. Israel is going further than most other countries in this world would go to prevent the loss of innocent civilian life. The people that are committing the war crimes are Hamas, who are both firing rockets into the Israeli civilian population indiscriminately and also using their own people as human shields. That is a war crime. Hamas want the Israeli Defense Force to kill their children, their women, their civilians. That's what they want to happen. They want to get the propaganda.
Former IDF spokesperson Avital Leibovich says Hamas deliberately put Palestinian civilians in harm's way during the intense fighting in Sajaya.
We are trying to do everything we can in order to make sure that the civilians are evacuating the area. However, Hamas, as we've seen in this operation time and time again, through the Ministry of Interior, is forbidding those civilians, those poor civilians, and it's really tragic. He's forbidding them from leaving those areas, and then we find ourselves in very, very tough situations.
On the diplomatic front, UN Secretary Ban Ki-moon and U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry are in the region trying to broker a ceasefire. During a visit to the front lines, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said they would expand their operation to bring quiet to Israel and a stop to Hamas rocket fire. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, on the Israeli-Gaza border.